What it do, y'all? What's going on? What's going on? You already know who it is. The person that you miss the most. It's your girl, your big sis, LEL Vintage. And you know what we came to do? We right here, stage left. We about to be live and jive. And I keep telling y'all, we bringing you more stories and more healing virtue and more journeys than your eyes and your hearts can capture. So anytime it spill over, just pass it down so somebody else can get this good love too. Listen, I'm gonna get this business out of the way first, real quick. Going over to IG and to your Facebook and click like, follow, share at 609 Stage Left. That's on IG at 609 Stage Left. On Facebook, it's just 609 Stage Left. And or it's just Stage Left. I'm sorry. And then on IG and Facebook, run on over to Top Class Radio, the flyest, the world's flyest radio station. You can't get jiggy nowhere else. You can take us wherever you go. We like Visa. We want to fly too. We got mileage. Okay, you doing 97 on 87 on 77, 71 on 95. Listen, you can have us right in your ears on the radio. Put it in the Bluetooth, okay? Stage Left, Top Class Radio. You already know. Listen, we're not going to hold y'all long. We just wanted to get some info out the way for you. If you're feeling froggy, you want to call in tonight, call in. I'll be telling y'all to call in, but I think y'all scared. You don't want to hear your voice over the echo. That's what it is. 609-418-9816. Call in. Be bold. Be beautiful. Use your voice. 609-418-9816. That's the radio station number. I want to hear some beautiful voices tonight. And it's a week before my birthday, so bless me, will you bless me? Listen, we got, oh yeah, 42 weird. Shut your face. So shout out to all my crew out there, all of you out there in the land that keeps us running and flowing, that loves on us, shares our work, you sharing and you telling people about Top Class Radio and Stage Left. We can't argue with that. We know we got some of the baddest friends and fans out there. Hey, best friend, I see you. I know y'all there. We here tonight with my sis, my big sis. Jesus. We going to the throne tonight. To the throne. My sister's in the building. Missy Melton, all the way from Cali, West Coast. Vegas. I said Cali. West
Close
Coast. West Coast, we in the building. Somebody bring the ocean over here. Pacific Ocean, we over here. So Vegas is in the house tonight. What y'all know about Missy Mel? What up, baby?
What you know about me?
Listen, I love this sister. Y'all have no idea. And she carries such beautiful words of wisdom, heartfelt. She touches the world. And as many as you guys don't say, you know, we already know she's touched your heart in many ways. You can catch her on Facebook Live when she getting on there, and she got some things up her sleeve. We gonna get into that. But first, just because I know she don't want me to read it, right? Yep, I'm doing it. She sent me this bio, and yeah, that thing is spicy. So we're gonna get into it. I'm gonna bless your soul because I believe in giving flowers while our brothers and sisters are here. So I am Micheline. That's how you say Micheline?
Said it right.
Woo! Starting off. Get them 3 stars up in there in my Ed McMahon voice. I am Miss Lane, your Black Girl Breathe coach. I am the creator of Black Girl Breathe, BGB University, coming soon. I have intentionally invested the last 10 years of my life to me. I made a promise to myself to learn me, love me, and live me, no matter the journey, no matter the time. I am making that investment. In making that investment, I have also made the choice to and commitment to helping other Black women see her to be her. Woo! Talk about it. Y'all making me cry. I took interest in breathe work, in breath work. I breathe work, breath work. About 2 years ago, when I became more intentional about my body and what she speaks to me, breathing, meditation became my medicine and an enormous part of my healing. Black girl, breathe. Was created to build a community of Black women ready to see her, to be her, one breath at a time. Mm. See you to be you. I just needed to know that I could capture that. I'm capturing that. See her to be her. Tell us what that means for you and your part of the healing. Your healing.
See her to be her. So, what that means in a nutshell is I like to tell people you have to get in to get out.
Mm.
In order to see you to be you, you are on the inside.
Wow.
So, you got to go in.
Dig deep. Mm. Wow.
Beneath the surface.
Wow.
Because most times, not even a lot of times, most times, we don't like to go beneath the surface.
That's true. That's a true statement.
Anything past what we can't physically see is so scary.
It is.
It's so uncomfortable.
Wow.
Unfamiliar. And a lot of us are afraid to tap into unfamiliar territory.
Well, Miss Missy, Miss Micheline, say hi to the people.
What's up? What's up?
What
Listen,
up?
Let me tell y'all real
Tap
fast.
in, y'all. Tap in. Are we on the air yet? Tap in.
Let me tell y'all real fast how I was stolen for 8 o'clock to roll around. Now, for those that are watching or that will see this, y'all know me. Y'all see me when I do my lives and so on and so forth. But for some reason, sitting here, get ready to go on camera. I was going to say on stage. On stage.
She's on stage left.
I was just like, it was like, you got 3 minutes, so you can go now. I was like, no, 3 minutes.
Pause for the cause. No, ma'am. No, sir. It's okay. It's a whole vibe in here that we're going to make sure that this is your couch session too.
Oh, I'm getting comfortable.
Listen. You see, she getting comfortable. This couch ain't no joke. It will make you snore. Okay?
Yeah,
Let's just put that out there. I'm going to plug that real quick. Black Girl Breathe spoke to me. And as you just stated, you know, we don't take the time to really dig deep. And it feels like, you know, speaking from more recent things that I have gone through. See, the other stuff, listen, once I got healed from that, I didn't put it down. I use it as my muse. You know what I mean? Use it. But as an adult, and you know, we get busy with life. We get busy with everything because we want to help over here, but yet the most looked over person is us, is standing right in the mirror, and we sometimes we don't pause to just say, yo, what is it that I can do for me today? And that's true. Like, we don't dig deep. I think we're afraid. You think we're afraid?
I know we are.
Wow.
I know we are, and I'm gonna tell you why I say it boldly like that. I know we are afraid because I was super afraid. It took me 39 years.
Wow. It's real talk.
To even think about wanting to really know who I am.
Yeah. Wow.
So when I hit 40, it was like the light switch just came on. The light switch came on.
Oh.
And I was curious, like, I'm 40. Like, who am I?
Wow.
You know, what direction am I headed?
So when you realized that and you started putting the pieces of the puzzle together, what changes did you go through and where you, cause see, I'm a warrior. I war with myself, and sometimes I'll be plugging stuff, and sometimes I'll be like, I don't like that. You know what I mean? It's like we go back and forth with ourselves. So what was it that, you know, what did it catch you off guard? Did it put you back in perspective?
It was a little bit of everything, honestly. When I got to that place in my life, at first it was just a thought. I was just curious.
Okay.
And although it sounds like, you know, when I turned 40, boom, you know, stuff started happening. It was the thought. It was the curiosity. And the curiosity was there for another maybe year or two.
Wow. Okay.
So it wasn't like, I wonder who I am. Let me go find out. Excuse me.
Wow.
It was just like, okay, like, yeah, I want to know. But going back to, I think we're scared.
Right.
The fear.
Mm.
That's not going to help. Every time I go live,
It's the
or
nerves.
when I'm in this space,
Yeah,
my throat.
Yeah.
See,
because something has to come out.
Somebody somewhere is trying to just like,
Listen,
and don't want it to come out.
We gonna.
However,
bunt that thing baseball style out of here.
I'ma be me. I'm a black girl. Breathe.
Hey.
And I'm gonna let it flow. I told y'all I'm getting comfortable.
Yep.
So
and we breathing.
And we're breathing. Oh, we're gonna breathe.
Oh yeah.
When I do my lives, we call it the benediction. Our benediction is to breathe out.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, we gonna breathe.
Nice.
But going back to that fear, so it sets in like almost immediately.
Yeah.
And I toiled back and forth with really wanting to know what's on the other side,
right?
What's deeper, within. And to back up just a little bit, it wasn't even that I really knew or understood, or rather understood, that it had a lot to do, or all to do, with going in and going deep.
Wow.
But the fear was there, of course. And it was like, okay, I want to know.
Yeah.
Because I know there's more. I know there's more to life. I know there's more to me.
Absolutely.
I know there's more to my life. But the only way that I'm going to know that for real and to experience it is to actually go through it.
Okay.
So, like I said, that thought was there for maybe another year or two.
Yeah. Go through it, y'all. Get on the other side.
You have to do the work. Like, there's no way around it. Like, you have to do the work.
Yeah.
The longer you put it off, the more work you're going to have to do.
Wow. Say that again. The longer you put it off,
the more work you're going to have to do. The deeper you're going to have to dig. So you got to do the work.
A lot of times that's what, stops people in their tracks. They're number one, it's the fear. The other part is they don't want to do the work. It's like, why should I have to do this when I go sit on a couch right there? Nah, but somewhere you have to start somewhere.
Yeah.
And especially when it comes to women, we harbor the most intricate feelings. And sometimes our feelings are unjustified. Sometimes we don't want to continuously express to people, because when you start talking and opening, people prick and they keep asking and plucking at the same thing. Okay, I don't want to talk about it. It's over. It's here. That's it. I can talk about it at home when I'm in my own personal space and get it out. But I think a lot of times it's just that we don't want to do the work, and the work a lot of times is what causes us to just like, we could be here. The work might only take us 3 days, 4 days, but we look down the line and we be like, oh, that's a little far. Yeah. You know what I mean? So I appreciate you for saying that,
because for practically all of our lives, matter of fact, for all of our lives, our parents' lives, their parents' lives, and so on and so forth, it's in our bloodline how we've been raised, taught, conditioned, learned.
Absolutely.
All of those things.
Yeah.
And it became comfortable. We adopted and we adapted as if it was our own.
Chunky. Write that down, y'all. We adopted and we adapted. Wow.
As if it was our own.
Man. And that's that it's funny. I was reading as a matter of fact, no, I was watching an interview with Alex Haley right after he did Kunta what's the name? Roots, right after he did Roots. And it's an older interview, but the first thing he said was, we take on what other people put in our minds. And then he said, hence the reason why when those who were enslavement, it makes people say, yes, master, no, master, yes, sir, no, sir. You know what I mean? There's a strategic point in saying sir. A lot of older black gentlemen and black women don't want you to say ma'am and sir, because for them that meant they were part of the enslavement, the encampment. That meant they were picking cotton, right? Then they and it does to see. Listen, it is wild to see the trigger when it's happening. No, don't call me that. You know what I mean? And then you have to respect that because not everyone was taught that way.
Right.
We were taught when we were kids, you say yes ma'am, no ma'am, yes sir, no ma'am, no sir. And as I got older, and of course I'm a poet and I'm in the culture and when entertainment, and when you get with the elders, they shut you down
real quick.
And I'm like, wow, I wonder why that is. So, it's a learned behavior. We've adopted and adapted. Wow.
Yeah. And I posted something today that said something like, feel what's there so you can deal with what's there to heal from what's there.
Wow.
Ooh, so with that being said, like you were just saying, and I mentioned the triggers, it's all of those are unresolved traumas, stuff that's been packed away for decades.
Wow.
For centuries.
Wow.
Forever.
So true.
And so I do, when I coach, I have something that's called the vaginal introduction. And what that is I have you close your eyes. It's like a guided meditation. And I have you enter through your vagina. And that's your doorway. And as you're opening the door, before you even open the door, as you're approaching the door,
right?
Like, are you tripping over stuff? Like, what's is your front, yard or whatever? Oof. Is it intact? Is it
bodies, spirits,
whatever?
All of it is there.
Is there an odor?
Wow.
Are you smelling? So I'm connecting the visual and the physical, the mental and the physical. All together, because are you smell? Is there odor?
Wow.
Like, what's really behind that door? And so I'm taking you through yourself to really imagine, like,
wow.
A lot of us don't even know.
Wow.
We don't know what's there.
No.
A lot of us know that something is there, but we don't know what.
Right. Ooh.
An analogy, or to better explain that, going back to the odor, like, is there an odor that you're, sensing at the door?
Wow.
We as women, deal with a lot of stuff, female, stuff. And so sometimes we have situations where it's like, well, where's that coming from?
Right.
We don't know.
Right.
Why is that even there? What is that?
I'm dying.
And so
somebody help me. It's me, Lord. It's me. I've had those moments rolling apart. My mom said, get up, girl. Something wrong with you.
But no, it's like, you're like, what is that? And we're trying to Summer's Eve it away.
Oh,
we're trying to, all of these things, all of
right.
these things, right?
Right.
All these things that we were taught and that was put before us, whatever. We're trying to do all of those things, just like with our inner self.
Yeah, that's
we're
so true.
Pulling all of these things from the outside, the external, and we're pulling it in, and we're smothering what's already there.
Wow.
So it's making it hard. Like I said, the longer you wait to do the work, the more work you'll have to do. Because as you're seeking from this one and that one and over here and over there, as you're seeking all these things to try and help whatever it is that you're feeling, whatever your triggers are, you're packing down what's already there, and everything that you'll ever need is on the inside.
Yeah. Wow.
So if you can't get to it,
wow. They said when it's funny you say that it's pulling out all of that extra stuff, and you have to be able to heal from internal. Like we cover so many things up. It's patchwork. Dr. Sebi was talking about mucus and how when we swallow our mucus, we create more issues internally than spewing it out, rinsing and cleaning our mouth out, and getting all of its nastiness out of our body. Instead, that's a learned behavior.
Yeah.
We are swallowing, or we're just okay. Let me just maybe I need some medicine
because we're used to holding everything in.
That's
because
wild.
we were never given an outlet.
Wow.
And each generation, as children, we're told, because I said so.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Do what I said do. Shut your mouth.
That's it.
As kids, we're not allowed
yes,
to.
ma'am.
Exactly. We're not allowed to express.
Right.
Now, I'm not saying, be disrespectful, but we're as children, we're not allowed to express.
Yeah.
We're beings. We're little beings.
Little beings.
Just like
Earthlings.
You're a big being, right?
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, we're all beings. We all have feelings. We all have emotion. And as children, we're not allowed to express. And so we have to do what? We have to be quiet.
Yep.
We got to keep it inside, and we have to pack it down.
And no wonder we have so much chaos now, because our babies are not free to speak their mind when they're babies and they're growing.
And instead of, as parents, instead of us being so quick to snap out or whatever, because what your child said or how he or she responded, it seems disrespectful to you. And but then you have to think why. And it's not about losing parenting skills and all that, this new age whatever, however they say it, but it's really about paying attention. Because how do you feel when you want to be heard?
Wow.
And you're trying to be heard, and somebody tell you,
be quiet.
Be quiet.
We don't want to hear you.
Yeah.
Listen, that was L for a long time. They was like, yo, could you just be seen and not heard? Somebody said that to me. I'm like, what? Where they do that at? Instead, I became a poet and just made sure you heard me regardless. You know what I mean? And it's some things, and I feel like people target you to snatch your power. And one of the things that I've consistently worked on throughout my whole life was finding my voice. Because I was that kid that was in the background. Like I said, I was a yes ma'am, no ma'am, yes sir, no sir type of kid. And I respected everybody. But it came a time where I was like, yo, why am I always the one told, no, don't do this and don't do that because you're tall, you stand out, you look like this, and you're not the smallest girl? I took that highly offensive. So for all of you that said that, just know Eliel is the way she is today and why she's where she's at. Thank you for being my motivation. You know what I mean? Because people want to shush you and they want to put a muzzle on you. But like you said, we don't know what we're muzzling. You know what I mean? And we learn that and we take that into our adulthood and teach the next generation. Right. And why we got so much chaos.
And it runs so deep that we think that it's okay to just accept and to just be whatever is being spoken into us.
That's so true.
That's so true. We're so comfortable with it. And so now we have to learn how to be comfortable being uncomfortable.
Ooh.
And so
somebody said that to me before too. You must have been on Takessa's live. Shout out to Takessa Lee. What up, girl?
When I started my business in 2019 under Tribe of Melanin Nation. Tribe of Melanin Nation is the voice of uncomfortable for the melanin woman.
Wow.
And so it's creating that space for us, and it was birthed out of my experiences
Yes.
as a Black woman,
Tribe of
as a
Melanin
woman,
Nation.
a Black woman who has been suffering in silence,
Yes.
as a Black woman who has been in so many uncomfortable places, situations, as a Black woman who has taken all of her experiences and capped them.
Wow.
Because she felt like she didn't fit or didn't look like or didn't, whatever.
Absolutely.
So Tribe of Melanin Nation came out of that, because not only did I have those experiences, but almost every other Black woman or young lady that I've connected with over the years have experienced something that I have just finished coming through.
Wow.
And that used to annoy me, actually, because I used to feel like, well, why is everybody coming to me for, like, what is it that, because I didn't know myself, I didn't love myself, I didn't accept any parts of me. So for me, it was like, in my mind, it was, I don't know, what do they see in me?
Wow.
What do they think
You'd be surprised. You'd be surprised.
Because I didn't see none of it.
Right.
I didn't see it. And that's fast forward to that light switch that came on at 40. So
now it's coming together.
Now it's
quite efficiently, quite beautifully, might I add.
Let me ask you a question.
Go ahead.
When we connected, what was it, 2 days ago, 3 days ago?
Yes.
What was your experience in that conversation that we had?
Listen, I want to tell you, first of all, I walked in with a lot on my mind, right? Because it was so much going on. My son just came back from Africa. I got another son in college. My oldest son, he's back and forth. It's just a lot, especially with family and everything. And then our conversation really helped soothe the missing piece.
Okay.
Can I say it that way? Like, it was just like, wow, like I really didn't realize I needed that. Just stop and breathe for a second. Breathe, inhale, exhale. And I'm going to tell you, I've been doing it every day.
Wow.
I've been doing it every day. I wake up in the morning. When I start getting myself together, I'm in the mirror and I'm like, just breathe out. Just breathe. You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy because I talk to myself. Yes, I do. Okay? I talk to myself quite efficiently. So, when people start seeing me like, who is she talking to? I'm talking to Elle.
Those
Can
are the
I
best
have that moment with me?
Those are the best conversations. I sound so raspy.
No, you can. I've been raspy for a long time. Been there. But for me, that moment was everything. It was just like, wow. It was the energy. It was the love matter. It was the breathe for yourself. Take this time. Well, that's why when I first heard you say that, Black girl breathe, I'm like, ooh, wow.
Yeah.
How many of us actually stop to listen to that?
Right.
Just those 3 words, Black girl breathe. You could put it any way you want to, any shape, form, a period after it, an exclamation mark, a question, Black girl breathe. You could. It's still, at the end of the day, it points directly back to you.
Yeah.
It's personal. You know what I mean? And that's what I felt like. I was in a personal, energized moment that really made me see, like, I just need to stop, take it all in, and just breathe. And for me, like I said, I'm always ripping and running. I want to go. I'm stagnant now because I don't want my car. But nevertheless, these feet are my bus. I will walk. So it just, it just took me to a place where I could actually have this conversation. Are you breathing today, Elle? Are you overwhelmed? Okay, what's really going on? So, and I had started meditating in yoga in my own personal space because I don't like people to watch me. I listen, okay. I know, but I don't like people to watch me, and People say, you want TV all day? You want
like I just told you.
In my personal space, I don't like odds. You know what I mean? I just like go do what I do and leave me alone.
Right.
But it's been helping me to realize not just my worth, but where I'm planning. Because it was just so much on the table. And I'm like, okay, let me just post this up here for a second. Let's finish this and this. You know what I mean? It's a breakdown moment. And I really had to sit there and be like, oh, I'm breathing every day. No, you're really not. I'm going to tell you, I had an emotional moment yesterday. I had an emotional moment. And I had to literally pull away and make sure, let me make sure I'm okay. Am I patching? Let me make sure I'm okay.
And that's the thing right there. That's what we too often forget, not do, not even think about.
Wow.
It's checking on us.
Yeah.
We're so, and especially as women, especially as Black women, we are so used to who we are as nurturers, giving, making sure everybody else is taken care of.
They planted that seed too.
And I was just getting ready to say, I said to you in our conversation that we're living life backwards.
Living life.
We're living life backwards. Like, again, we're pulling everything from the outside in.
Yeah.
We got to pull from the inside out. You got to get in to get out.
That's
right?
So true.
And so
that's a blessing to me. Stop living life backwards.
Stop. Come on. Stop living life. Walking backwards. It makes sense now.
Where you going? I don't know. But I'm getting there. Let me turn around and make sure I had the stop sign. That would be crazy. Would you just visualize? That's a whole visualization.
Yeah.
I'm looking back while I'm walking backwards. Wow.
And it's so, we make it so complicated. We make it so complicated. But
we do.
It can be as simple as, you can read it on my shirt. Black girl.
Just breathe.
Breathe. Like literally. I promise you, if you stop right now and just inhale through your nose and exhale out your mouth, I promise you'll feel some sort of relief.
Can we take a moment to do that?
We can.
All right, let's do that.
We can.
Y'all can, you, and you. Okay?
And you
Don't
and
play
you.
with us. You see us about to do this exercise, I want you to chime in. We want to feel your energy too. So we're going to take a little moment to just breathe, okay? Black girl, breathe.
So I'm going to give you just a small guided breathing meditation. And I'm going to ask you, wherever you are, if you're driving, please don't do this. But wherever you are, just become still. Close your eyes. It doesn't matter what's going on around you. It doesn't matter what thoughts are running through your mind. Just become still and close your eyes. And I'm just going to have you inhale through your nose, and we're going to exhale out of our mouth. So right where you are, just relax. If you're sitting down, standing up, laying down, it doesn't matter. With your eyes closed, let's go ahead and inhale through our nose. And release. Again, inhale through your nose. And release from your mouth. Keep concentrating on that breath as I speak. Inhale through your nose. And release through your mouth. And every release, you just want to let everything go. It's a release. It's called release for a specific reason. Continue to breathe while I'm talking. Inhale through your nose. And you're going to let it out through your mouth. As you're releasing through your mouth, you're letting go whatever it is that you've been carrying for however long. You're detaching yourself from the things that no longer serve you, from the people that no longer serve you, from the places that no longer serve you. Nobody owes us anything, but we owe ourselves everything. And that everything is in every intentional breath that you take. One last time. Inhale through your nose and release. Y'all can put in the comments or whatever you're feeling, what you've gotten from that small exercise.
That thing just made me feel light. Just like get rid of, release everything.
I felt the shift in the energy in here, the space.
Release. You know what I mean? That's what's up.
We hold on to too much. We are too attached to the rat race of the world.
Wow.
We need to pull out. Make your pull out method strong. That's not just for the men.
Wow. Repeat.
That's not just for the men, especially us women.
Make your pull out
game strong.
Listen, get your pull out game on, okay? And make it strong.
Pull out of the rat race of the world. That's what we've always been accustomed to. That's all we know.
It's true.
It seems like. So we think, right? But it's not. It's not. Wow. I shared in our conversation as well, that I am the breath of life.
Yes.
That breath of life, whoever your creator is, whoever your God is, dwells on the inside. That breath of life is on the inside. But the question is it living or are you dead man walking?
Wow.
So when you breathe, you have to be intentional about every breath you take, because all we have is now. All we have is now. Yep. We're not there yet, and we've already left there.
Destination C. Point A, B, and C. And that's what's necessary. So y'all don't be afraid to take time. And even if you're at work, listen, you can get a couple minutes, move away, go to the closet and breathe. If you don't want everybody seeing it, sometimes I have to stop in the middle of everything I'm doing. I don't care who looking. I don't care who see me look like I'm frazzled. No, I'm going to breathe. I got to get it out because, I don't, you never want your emotions to take over. And then you might say something you shouldn't, or do something erratic. And a lot of times, like I said, we're emotional beings as it is already. And so all of the stuff that's piling on is just going to make for an emotional breakdown. And so we don't want to continue in that mannerism. We want to make sure we have a space where we can create our own sanity. Just pull it in and just breathe.
Yeah.
Take yourself away from all the nonsense. So that alone is a message.
When we become the most important person to ourselves,
yes,
that's when things start to shift. I don't care if, and some of y'all might look at me caca, but oh well. I don't care.
You're free to say what you need to say.
I don't care if it's your children, your mother, your father, your husband, your wife. I don't care who it is. No one should come before you, because guess what? If you can't give yourself everything that you need, everything that you want, desire, whatever you want to call it, if you can't be that person for yourself, if you can't give that to yourself, you don't have anything for anybody else.
That's so true.
No one can come and fill you up with the things that you need because they're already inside. Nobody knows better than you who you are, what you need, and what you desire.
Yes.
So you have to be that person for yourself. You have to be able to look yourself in the mirror and let yourself know, I got you.
No doubt.
Quick story, quick experience. Wow. I never used to be able to do that or say that.
Wow.
I never used to look in the mirror.
See, come on. You make strides. Look at that healing.
And when I look in the mirror, I would never, you know how you look somebody in the eye, but you don't, you can't really
see him.
Look them in the eye. Yeah.
Moving your
that
eyeballs.
Was me to myself in the mirror.
You know, I'm glad you said that. And we're talking about Black women. My son does that, my middle baby. And I told him, I said, that's a lack of confidence in you not being able to trust yourself as well. And so it's something that we've been working on with him. Because believe it or not, kids have been talked down to for so long. Women talked down to for so long in abusive after abusive relationship. And it doesn't always have to be physical.
Right.
It could be mental. You know what I mean? It could be verbal.
Sometimes the verbal and the emotional is way stronger than the physical.
Wow.
I grew up making myself believe, and I'm saying this for a reason. I grew up making myself believe that I was emotionally neglected.
Wow.
By both my parents.
Wow.
Right? Making myself, and I'm saying this now because I get it now. But before it was, I was emotionally neglected, But no, I made myself believe that because of the world we live in and how things are how things are presented to us and portrayed and so on and so forth. And so I made myself, I adopted and I adapted the labels that are so freely thrown.
Oh yeah. Those labels is wild.
Those labels are wild.
It just, especially for women.
Listen,
you connect the dots on labels that they throw at sisters all day.
This started from me. I was 5.
Wow. And then
I was 5.
Wow.
And so maybe about a week or so ago, I had to sit and I had to go back and get each one of those little girls that I left. I had to go back and get my 5-year-old self.
Jeez.
That was standing at the top of the steps.
Wow.
And it started for me at 5 because my mom had my first brother at 5 when I was 5.
Okay.
And so for me, my mom was leaving to go have my brother.
Wow.
And so when she came back with my brother. I was the only child.
Wow.
When we have babies, the baby gets all the attention. So that's where it started for me.
I concur. Wow.
So that little girl was left standing on the steps at 5.
Jesus.
And then a year later, my dad had my other brother, my second brother. And so it was like, okay, first my mom went that way.
Yeah.
And came back with it, and then my dad went. And so the way that, things are, whatever, I grew up thinking I was emotionally neglected.
Wow.
Or just neglected, period. But I wasn't. And here's why. And I'm going to say this, and I want y'all to hear me, especially those of us who have bad relationships with our parents, whether it's your mom or your dad.
Yeah.
Yes, bad, because it's really not. It's what you make it is what you allow it to be. So I want you to hear me, because for years I spoke the words, not having a great relationship with my mom, not having my dad the way I wanted and needed.
Absolutely.
I spoke those words. And so that's what was manifested. That's what I was, believing in my own mind. And so we go through these years of, bad mouthing our parents because we feel like they weren't who we thought they should be. And, all of these things.
True that.
But then you have to understand, my parents were 14 and 16 when I was born.
Wow.
Kids
themselves.
Kids.
Wow.
So you have to be mindful of Just like looking at yourself in the mirror. If you have children, raising your own children, you got to be you only do what you know.
Yes.
And you can only give what you have.
Absolutely. I concur.
Nothing beyond that. And so we want all of these things. We have all of these greater expectations of people, not just our parents, but people in general. And they don't show up for us.
Yeah.
They don't show up for us. Wow. And so now we're hurt. And we build up all this hatred and all of these things, this low vibrational energy towards our parents or toward whoever these individuals are.
Yes.
Because, oh, you did this to me.
Wow.
Nobody did anything to you.
I told my niece the other day, I said, listen, I said, mommies and daddies don't always make the best decisions, but they make the best decisions regarding your life because we were told we needed to guide you. Our job is to guide you, to feed you, to clothe you, to love you, but we don't have to be your friend. And I think that's where this generation misconstrues a lot of generations. Raising in a son. He said, I don't have to like you. I love you, but I ain't got to like you. You my son. That's the difference. We didn't grow up being friends. I'm your father.
Now, what you just said, we didn't grow up being friends.
Right.
A lot of situations, parents are growing up together.
Yes.
Me and my first daughter grew up together.
Yes.
And a lot of my generation, we grew up together.
Wow. Wow.
Right?
Yes.
My experience with my oldest daughter, she taught me how to be a mom.
Wow.
I
remember you saying that on one of your lives one day. She was on there with you.
Yes, we clashed so hard because every time I looked at her, I saw me. That's how my mother and I was. I was just like my mother. So I know when she looked at me, she saw herself.
Yeah.
And that leads back to unresolved trauma that we've just carried from generation to generation to generation. Generational curses. Passing through each bloodline.
We're breaking them things.
And let me tell you what happened with me and my oldest daughter. It got so bad. And I thank God for my friend Tina. Shout out to Tina. I thank God for my friend Tina because she was the one in place for my daughter to go to. She was my daughter's outlet.
Oh, wow.
And so because I didn't talk to her, I talked at her. And so when we didn't have that,
I think a lot of parents did that.
Yes. Wow. When we didn't have a greater relationship at that time, my girlfriend was there.
Wow.
To hear her. And so that helped a whole heck of a lot. But what happened was I got to a point where I just broke. I broke. And every time I share this part, I laugh because my daughter and my younger cousin, they're around the same age. Okay. So they were in my daughter's room and I was in my room and I was having a breakdown. And I cried. I literally cried. Wow. And I cried out and I said, God, if you don't step in now, I don't know what's going to happen.
Shoo.
And in that moment, I poured out everything I had.
Yeah.
And I could hear my daughter and cousin in the room. And they was like, what should we do?
Should we go in? Just let her cry? Stop letting us cry. I mean, just knock on, tap on, Mom, you okay?
And I laugh every time because I can hear them like, oh my God, should we go in there? What should we do?
Wow.
But in saying that, in that moment, something shifted.
Yes.
And it didn't happen overnight, but gradually we were able to build a relationship.
Right.
Because what happened was I always told myself, I'm not going to have the relationship with my daughters that I had with my mom.
Wow.
And you know what that did? It manifested.
Yeah.
You know why that manifested? Because that's all I focused on. Because that's all I told myself.
Wow.
Because that's all my subconscious knew.
That's all we can see. Everything else is blocked.
Right. Man. So that's another gem. Be mindful and intentional of what you are speaking.
Yes.
what you are speaking to yourself
That's
and
so
into your
true.
life. If you're constantly focusing on what you don't want, if you're constantly telling yourself, I don't want this, I don't want to be like her, I don't want to look like that, guess what's going to happen?
Speak it.
The very thing, because that's what you're speaking, that's what you're manifesting, and that's all is registering here, is
Wow.
what you're putting there. So you got to shift the trajectory. You have to shift your mindset, your mental space. You have to create a healthy mental space.
Wow.
And the more you focus on your dreams and your desires, the things that you want, you automatically boot out the other stuff. You don't even have to think about it. You don't even have to say what it is that you don't want. You just focus on what you want, and it automatically pushes out, because you're creating space for the things that you want. And so in that, in that season,
ooh, you have said a chunky mouthful here today. I'm just y'all see my mind rolling, right? Man.
So yeah, those are the ways that I had to, that's a part of the work.
Okay.
That's a part of, digging deep, going beneath the surface.
It might be some ugly things in there, y'all, but dig deep.
It will be.
Get it out.
And
let's carve it out.
I've been
breathe it up.
In Vegas this year, it'd be 7 years. But when I first moved, first of all, had I not moved, I don't know if I would be here.
Wow.
Because although other people didn't recognize it, I was living in a corner, and I felt like it was just closing in.
Yeah.
I was, depressed and all of those things, but I didn't speak it. I didn't, I covered it. I smiled. I kept doing all the things.
Something about that that mental space, that mental is we capitalize it as illness, but it's mental breakdown. You know what I mean? It's all of the things that we haven't released. That's just pollen.
Yeah,
pollen, and it keeps us. It keeps us stuck in that corner, and not. You know what I mean? We don't stick and move and get up out of there. We stay in there because it just feels like it's just weighing on us, pressing on
that's
us.
The bad mucus. Going back to talking about the mucus. That's the bad mucus. That's breaking down our immune system.
So listen, do me a favor, y'all, and breathe.
Please.
Please breathe. And let you dig out from all of the mess. And that's something how we walk around every day, and people don't realize we're really a walking pile of pains, hurts, brokenness, non-healing, sadness, weight of our children. You know what I mean? Yeah. And we got boys. We boy moms. And I'm going to tell you something. I almost got in the ring with a couple of them jokers. Because their emotions, male emotions, on top of female emotions, it's not working. This is not, I love you, but we got to figure something out. And it was always a clash. It was, no, you can't do this. And why? And I don't, as mothers, we feel the weight of our children's aggression, everything. And they'll keep getting up, walking by us and not saying nothing. And you have to, wait a minute. And I had to tell my son that when we got down to Charlotte, I said, wait, pause. Because where we are, you're still trying to get there. And where we will be once you get here, you'll still have to get there. Never forget that the woman that birthed you put you where you are and helped to get you where you are. Don't you ever speak to her as if she's not worth it. Treat her as if she don't matter. Because at the end of the day, when you're still searching, you'll come ask her and she'll tell you where to search, or she'll tell you how to, you know what I mean? It's those moments that make me realize, okay, God, because I'll be antsy, I'll be ready to get in the ring and say, all right, Lord. And it's those moments where you really got to breathe. Our children really latch.
Yeah.
And so sometimes we don't, and we pile, like you said, we pile up everything, work, school, everything, but we never take the time for just to see ourselves. So,
yeah.
Black Girl Breathe. Tell us what's next on Michelane's
What is next?
list of to do things and things to do.
How? Let me see. I am, wow. So for those that may be watching now or see this, that follow me, that know, who I am, what I do, attend my lives, or any of the things, by now you should know how I roll. I'm not the girl who follows the rules. I'm not the girl who is super structured.
No living in boxes.
I'm not the girl who, follows the what is it? The content calendars and all the things. Yeah. I show up for me every day because I need me. Mm. And if I don't show up for me, I can't show up for anybody.
Right.
And just because I don't show up physically in your view, I'm showing up for me. And a lot of when you're not seeing me visible, I'm holding space. I'm doing a lot of breathing for us because it's so much that's happening. It's so much that's going on. It's so much that we haven't grabbed a hold of yet in terms of caring for ourselves. And so real quick, speaking of care and self-care, we always tend to, when we talk about self-care and self-love and, self-care day and, all of those things, for the most part, we focus on the who we are right now in that very moment or the adult self. And, a lot of times it's, I took myself to the nail salon, or I treated myself to brunch, or, I went out to, dinner, whatever. But what we fail to realize is that self-care, that self-love. First of all, you have to know which part of you is in need of that self-care and that self-love. And I say this because I had to figure that out.
Wow.
And I had an experience where I was home alone and I was sitting in my chair. And I was just feeling emotional. I was feeling all of these emotions. And I was crying. I mean, ugly face crying. Like
Shugly.
I'm like, and I couldn't. I'm like, why? Where did this come from? It was just a boatload of emotions. And I found myself hugging myself like really tight. And I'm crying and I'm crying. And I just started speaking out loud. I forgive myself.
Wow.
And I had to go back to that in that moment. Yes. It was my teenage self.
Wow.
That needed that self-care, that needed that self-love. And so I had to speak to her in that moment.
Yes.
And I had to go back and apologize for leaving her, for abandoning her, for turning my back on her, for not loving her, for judging her, for hiding her.
Yeah.
All of these things as a teenager, becoming a teenage mom.
Yeah.
The embarrassment, the shame, the guilt, like all of these things. I had to go back and I had to love on
That's
her.
a part of the healing. That word love is powerful.
Listen. And we see love externally for the most part. Because somebody didn't say, because you didn't hear somebody say they love you, means they don't love you. Well, first of all, we got to know the love languages.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Love language is very, very high on my list.
Know the love languages. And that's another thing I didn't know. Like, I want somebody to give me this and do this and be whatever. But how can I expect you to do that for me? And I don't even know myself. I don't even know what to expect.
It's in the eyes for me.
So, listen.
Once I put these eyes on you, it's a connect. It's a connect. You know what I mean? A lot of people are not in tune with love language. That's a whole nother. Girl, we be here for 3 more days.
Yeah,
that's a whole nother conversation.
Child,
we put that on the list, bro. We doing love language next time. Love language.
But back to your question, what do I have? So Black Girl Breathe, it's fairly new, and actually Black Girl Breathe started from a poem. I wrote a poem entitled Black Girl Breathe in April.
I wonder, does she have that with her? Is it in the phone? Anything? She's telling on herself, y'all. She didn't say this the other day when we had our moment. She did not say this. No.
So I guess she's gonna ask me to read it.
I mean, no.
In April of 2020, I wrote a poem, and I'll read it. I wrote a poem called Black Girl Breathe. And that's really how Black Girl Breathe got started.
Wow.
And so now where I am, like I said, Tribe of Melanin Nation was birthed in 2019, which is the voice of uncomfortable for the melanin woman. So it all ties in together. So I am building BGB University, Black Girl Breathe University, which is a safe space, a community for us as Black women to have an outlet.
Okay.
To it's going to include a lot of, awesome things, guided meditations, affirmations, all of those things. So I am building an interest list. So Black Girl Breathe University is coming soon, like real soon. It's a membership, a monthly membership, where you, of course, pay your monthly fee for the membership, and you get access to a private group, guided meditations, weekly, monthly, Black Girl, breathe sessions, talk session, all the things where we don't have things that's not for the everyday social media, things that's not for, Facebook Live and, all of those things, because in that community, you have the space to just be who you are. And that's where you will begin to learn, how to see you in order to be you. So Black Girl Breathe, BGB University is coming soon. You can subscribe to www.mishlanemelton.com. That's MISCHLANEMELTON.com.
Listen, y'all know I'm gonna post that because I know one of y'all gonna come back over here. You can come in, wrench around here and ask me, what did she say? I didn't catch it. Like, the church ladies, what was the scripture? You be like, if you start popping that gum, you here. So I know one of y'all gonna ask. So we gonna post. We're gonna post everything so you'll be able to get it and you don't miss it.
Yes, listen. When the website is posted, you can subscribe there. Oh, excuse me. You can subscribe there, and I'm going to be transparent, and I'm going to let you know my intention was for everything to be ready for the 7th. However, my family got hit hard.
Yeah.
And we're for those of you who know us, the Jones family, that we lost oh my gosh,
shout out to Damaris.
Extremely special.
Shout out to my cuz. I love you, baby.
Shout out to Devin, Damien, Damaris. I love y'all.
Devin, Damien, the ministers, the deacons.
Definitely hold space and prayers and love and light for the Jones family. So I said that, I shared that, because I'm, my date was to really have everything launching on the 7th. I took the time that I needed for me to process, still processing, of course.
Yeah.
However, I'm still working. So when you get the website, if you don't have it already, www.mishlanemelton.com, you can subscribe to my website, and you will very soon have emails rolling out to lead you to the next step. You'll have a free ebook that's coming that you'll be able to grab a hold of.
Yes.
It's on breath work and meditation.
Yeah, no, I'm waiting. Mine's hot off the press.
And
it's released at 11:59. Okay, I'm here.
Y'all gonna get a sneak peek, if I can remember my code.
Yeah, shout out to my Jones crew. I love y'all. I'll be seeing y'all. You already know I'm here. You need me. Also, listen. One of the things we got to stop doing while sister's getting her piece and she's ready. One of the things we got to stop doing is ignoring the pains, the things that are really hurting on the inside, and I'm glad this breathing session has come into place because we want you all to know that it's okay. It's okay
Definitely
to have those moments. There's nothing that says you can't have that moment. We want to continue to uplift everybody, and so when we give you some tools and some nuggets, take them, apply them, write us back, let us know how it helped you. Write Missy Micheline back and let her know that it helped you. Post to her website and comment and leave reviews, because those are the things that encourage us as we're doing what we're doing, because we want to know that we're getting to the point where we good. We helping ourselves. We know what to do, but we want to know that you're helped and that you're free to. So take it away, sis.
So Black Girl Breathe started with a poem in April of 2020. And it goes a little something like this. Hit it. I play too much.
I was about to do 80 bars on that, just so y'all know.
So Black Girl Breathe is the title. And it says, Black girl, breathe. Take a breath. Relax. You've been running all your life, fighting, striving to keep your head up. It's okay. Let your head hang low. Rest your neck for once. From all the strain of looking, searching for the outlet, searching for the relief, the release, searching for the breakthrough of light to shine in on the darkness that clouded your days more than the clouds of a rainstorm. Black girl, breathe. You're there. You're finally there. That place that you've always seen but could never seem to find, to reach, to touch, or to get to. You're there now, Black girl. Breathe.
Wow.
And so that started it all.
Just let it out.
This came in a moment of just really reflecting on who I am, the things that I've experienced and how far I've come.
Right.
And in that moment, it's like, like I can breathe. And so
that's dope. That's good. That's good.
I got something for you.
Oh, you got something for me?
So this was a sneak peek.
Okay.
Right? So I'm creating all of my poetry pieces into a book.
Ooh.
So that'll be...
Let it be known it was heard first right here on stage left and with LEL Vintage. Okay? It was heard first right here. The book is coming.
So it's coming.
Let's go, sis.
It's coming.
That's what I'm talking about. We putting things into fruition.
Yes,
right?
Definitely subscribe. Like I said, I know a lot of us are so used to, things being done certain ways, whatever. And I don't owe any disclosures or any of that. However, I'm not that girl. I got a poem titled, I'm not that girl.
You know what?
I'm just not that girl. Like,
I'll be on this mic all night.
I'm not that girl. So when you're looking for things to show up in a certain way coming from me, you just may not get that.
Real talk.
And that's just what it is. Like, that's who I am. And, when you start to learn yourself and love yourself, then you can start to live yourself. But you have to, you have to take the time out. You got to do the work, and you got to be intentional.
Yeah.
So
be intentional.
I'm
Speaking
still working.
Of intention, we didn't set our intentions tonight. And I want to do that before we left. We want to say, be intentional about your breathing and your space.
Definitely.
Intentional. So y'all already know we came in here, we did that, we did the thing. But I want to let y'all know a couple things before we get up out of here, and then we gonna close.
Let me give them my Facebook and stuff.
Oh yes, did you get get your social media?
So my Facebook is Missy Melton, MISSYMELTON. On Instagram, I am I.M.Mishlane on Instagram. Those are the two that I'm, mainly on right now. And my website, www.mishlanemelton.com.
Oh yeah.
Definitely subscribe.
I'm going to post all of that information after, once I go through the show. It'll be up tonight, so anybody wants to find out how they can get it, you can go to Sis's website. You can figure it out. Listen, don't come to us and tell us you don't know how to navigate the website, okay? You got the little drop bar, the little dots. Click, like, follow, share the website and all of her pages so you be updated and informed about what's going on in her life.
And speaking of the website and learning how to maneuver, my website at the moment is very easy to figure out. I think I only have 3 things showing right now, which is my online store where you can find Black Girl Breathe,
go shop,
t-shirt,
go
and
shop Melanin
Tribe of
Nation.
Melanin Nation.
Yes.
It's all there. You have I think the Healing Boutique is up there, and there's something else up there. So it's not really hard to navigate, but definitely subscribe and just be on the lookout for Black Girl Breathe.
Yes, Black Girl Breathe. So I hope y'all was thoroughly informed. If you didn't take out your notebook and pen, you're gonna be fast forward and rewinding, because don't call me and ask me. No, I'm just playing. Fast forward and rewind, okay? But just throwing a couple of things out there. We are definitely working on some bigger projects. I won't air those out yet. You'll see them when we start talking about it. You know it's done, okay? Your girl is officially LLC, not LLC, service tagged and trademarked. So just for those of you that thought you was gonna come in here and do some damage to Stage Left, just know God worked it out. All right. And September 23rd, no, let's start July 16th. July 16th, reciting for Sisters with Purpose, Tanika Brock. They're brunching. My son actually was a recipient of their scholarship, and it's a blessing. He won't be here to receive it, so we will definitely be there to receive it for him. And that is at, I want to say the Ramshead Inn. I'm not sure. And I'm not sure if she has tickets left, but I will post it just in case so that you guys can go and talk to her. Shout out to Tanika Brock and Sisters with Purpose.
Tanika.
Hey, that's my sis. And September 23rd, it's a Friday, y'all. Come out and chill with your sister. The NAACP has awarded a youth service award for me. They're awarding me, they're honoring me in their youth service award. So the NAACP, yes, that's dope. That's dope. Shout out to Miss Utica Bird. Shout out to the NAACP Mainland Pleasantville Division and Maria Johnson, Dawn Rice Bailey. I love y'all. Yes, because you always know I'm boots on the ground, but I love my babies. So September 23rd, keep that in mind. The tickets will be up to purchase. If you want to purchase a whole table, go ahead, do that. Come out and bless me. Listen, I want to be blessed with your presence, okay? With that being said, this has been another dope episode of Stage Left while we're rocking with the best on Top Class Radio, the world's flyest radio station. Ow. With my sis, Miss Lane Melton, Miss Missy. Y'all don't know. If you missed it, you better go back, fast forward, and wind, like I said. But please be informed and go and follow this sister. She's doing big things from the West Coast to the East Coast, North to South. Let's go follow. We got all this Melanin Nation, tribe of Melanin Nation up here. And we want you to continue to keep partaking in this Melanin Nation. So continue to follow us. Do big things. Come back next week. I got another dope guest for y'all. I ain't even going to tell you who it is. Okay? But I love y'all. It's that time. We out. Peace.
Deuces.
So thank you all for tuning in. We appreciate y'all. And we're continuously going to bring live journeys for you. That's the best part about Stage Left is that we're no host bar. And we want to heal a nation. We don't want to see us continuously dragging because A, we don't have the information or we don't know who to ask. So we're just going to continuously bring people to you, and show you how you can dig out. Tonight, we breathe in. So I want you to make sure that you continuously breathe and free your mind, and the rest will follow. I said in Vogue song. Ow! In Vogue. Yeah, no doubt. So we definitely we will keep booking and do we're gonna keep booking and keep doing these great things. Your big sis will go 80 bars with y'all for a minute. I'll keep poem after poem. We spitting live. But we're grateful to be in studio and live tonight. A lot of life a lot of life and has happened in the past few weeks, and we're grateful. Listen, I'm gonna just go ahead and let her cut this song real quick because we finna record. Go ahead. Live. Oh, live.
Ellie's live with me now.
Listen. But we love y'all, and we'll keep, continuing to put this information in your hands and its journeys, bringing this fire. And Stage Left is one of those shows that is different. Let me just say that it's different, because what we're producing and what we're putting out is there's many people that are not able to handle this type of realism, and we want you to get truth, honesty, and realism, and as in, listen, I'm going through the same thing you going through, I just been through that, and I'm willing to believe that our journeys are not always for us. Sometimes it's to help somebody else along the way. So we're grateful for that. We thank y'all for tuning in. We love you.
We love
you. And we love you.
And we love you.
Because Ellie's going live.
Live.
I'm done.
Oh, live.
I love y'all. All right. And we're going to get up out of here because time is ticking away. So we love y'all. Y'all can hang up now. Peace.